so by the time you meet up with KG, had you gotten your publishing sort of sorted out so you kind of understood
Yeah,
what
we
you
had a deal with Warner Chappell then. Release
okay.
a tape. Jocelyn Cooper had just left, and Angelique Miles came in and took over. So we had a publishing deal with Warner Chappell.
And so I'm sure you're a lot more smarter when you're meeting up with KG. Are you like, okay, so am I, what's going on here? Or was he more open about, hey,
Yeah,
this is,
nah, K was straight up. As a matter of fact, we at that time I remember the elephant, or should I say the big controversial thing. Okay, when you use a sample, it gets cleared, and whoever owns it takes most of what percentage of publishing. So let's say if somebody took 100% of the publishing on the music side, the writer still gets their publishing and writing. So me and Kay was like, that's not fair. How is it that you guys are benefiting from the popularity of that sample and that music, but you're not, and none of the costs? So we pay the toll, and you guys get publishing, and y'all get to move on, and y'all say, hey man, y'all shouldn't use the sample. Well, yeah, but you like the sample too, and the sample influenced what you wrote, and the sample is also going to help what you wrote be more attractive to the ear.
Mhm.
So we use the sample, not us. So it became a thing where, listen, if we use a sample, we're all going to pay for the use of it. If not, then we're not going to use that record for you. I don't care how dope your lyrics and how dope the song is. Take your lyrics and put them on something else, or do something else, Because, and I honestly, I agree with him because I thought, we're benefiting. We're all in this together collectively.
Yeah.
If we want to see us win, and you like what we did and using that in order to make it inspirational for what you wrote. So that's how we did with the artists.
Oh, so the artist would be like, well, we're going to keep our lyrics part of it.
No, 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 no. They are pretty much. Here's the thing. I believe everything sometimes is just a conversation to gain understanding.
Mm.
But you can't run from the fact that a person may have a different perspective, or you can't run from, you don't want to hear what they have to say because it
Mm.
may differ. No, that's how you come to compromise. That's how you get an understanding. That's how uh, there's no gray areas. Everything is black and white. Everybody's cool. Yeah, listen, man, there's a hit record. We doing good. Hey, y'all, I'm glad it's working out for everybody.
Yeah, and I guess that's the important thing that you mentioned, because if you do have the conversation ahead of time and everyone gets an opportunity to respond, it's like, well, we're not going to take a hit, and you're going to benefit, but you still get the big track. So if you don't want the sample that's going to really make the record big, then we can take it out and we do something different. And then they have a choice to say, okay, as you said, and I guess that, and I think what we mostly see is people don't have those conversations, and then the money it goes this way, and then there's the animosity. But it's like you have a conversation.
Dynamics, the dynamics um, are different from the point of leverage from each side. Here's what I mean by that. K's on the hook for an album from Clive Davis. Clive doesn't care about that conversation that we just discussed. He
Like,
wants a hit record. Okay. So K took the high road and had the conversation. Most people would be like, listen, I can't let them mess up my business with Clive Davis, because then I can understand the 5% of something is greater than 100% of nothing scenario. They're going to think, oh no, well, hey man, just take my lyrics off, man. I'll find another beat or whatever. Meanwhile, this Clive wants an album. The song is dope. You know how many songs we probably never heard just because people couldn't agree,
mm,
arguing about the principle of something, not understanding that you got to have a compromise, because what you're arguing at right now is rooted in 100% of nothing,
mm.
unless y'all put this thing together. How many countless records the world will never hear because they couldn't agree on the splits or rightfully. So sometimes, and I'm not saying they should do it, but I understand when you're on the hook and you got to put out a album and and there ain't no room for a whole lot of talking and back and forth and attitudes, and you ain't coming to the studio because instead of getting $5,000, you're getting $4,800, and you just can't see parting with $200 on principle, whatever principle that
Mm.
is.
Oh, so you said okay. So I mean, you when you came into work with Kate, was it you did tracks for Zhanè? Was that?
Second album, Request Line,
Oh,
Crush. Right. This was
okay.
after the first album.
Okay, so you do it on the second album. Okay. But how does the partnership work when you're working with KG? Because he's a producer compared to what you did with Marley. What was the different dynamics in cope working with KG?
Well, both of them, Marley had an ear. He knew what he liked, but I think because I was more musical, he lent more to what I brought to the table. KG, having had some excellent musicians around him and grew up listening to all these records, he had more of an ear. The thing that I loved about K, I think I said this to him the other day. We was having a conversation, just talking about, because I'm doing an independent label myself and music thing, and I said, man, I can respect the fact that he had all these groups and he had a vision for every last one of them. So when we would work on records, we would put stuff together, and as we putting stuff together, and for the most part, he gave me free reign, But if it was something that it just didn't feel right to him, he would say it, you know. And I guess it was a little bit different. Like I've always understood, even like with Molly, if we were working on something and I kind of didn't feel it, or my thing was, these guys are successful producers and musicians. Let me sit back and approach this with a positive. Let me try to do some things to see what they're trying to get at, because I can't feel it. I ain't hearing nothing. But
Mm.
let me just tap into whatever it is that made them, and do it not from like the stinky face, like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
right here, man. Oh, this bass line. No, no. Like seriously, get into to listen to it. Hear what they're trying to describe to you that they hear. And we did a lot of good records because I was able to um, uh, not have any pride or lose my self opinion about something, and come to the table with a positive perspective, and let me see what this will turn into. So how about this, man? Because maybe instead of sitting there and not doing anything and nothing comes. So KG, he was that type of guy, man. And he had all these ideas, man, for, all these. When I started producing with him, he had Zhanè already, but we just signed Next. We signed Koffee Brown. And actually, Koffee Brown came after us. We signed Jaheim. He had Mag from like Indiana. And he had Jazz Jackson. Matter of fact, we did a Christmas album, a Christmas song, Ill Time Christmas. That's the first record I did with him. And put out, yeah. Jazz Jackson is holding my daughter now, who's yeah. But anyway, yeah, but K, man, just his and we could sit down, and his work ethic was a little bit different than Molly's. Molly, we know he get spurts where, he hears stuff, and man, K, listen, I get down to the East Orange and we get to the studio, and from the minute he hit the door, man, we working until the sun go down, just idea after idea. And he inspired me because he was coming with so much stuff that he was like, hey, man, he would play it. And I was, oh, man, yeah, that's this. And then I would go home because outside of some of the things that he did, I still had my own personal ideas. And every now and then I would bring him, to K. But, I understood if he liked it, he would do the beat or something to it, but it was like, that's my thing. Just let's keep doing, this collaboration we got. And it worked, man. It worked because while, the mainstream songs and stuff like that in the ear for what the public was looking for as a DJ, he had that. I didn't have that. I was a jazz guy. Matter of fact, my friend Ronnie Scruggs, who was a customer at Sam Ash, he used to tell me, Kiss. And I was like, what do you mean by Kiss? He said, keep it simple, stupid.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between
us, or even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
she's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No, okay.
They don't understand what those boys winning all
Play it.
These guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.